Okay, I'm back. Also, I'm sorry for the pixelation. My capture card's a little weird. Can be a little weird sometimes. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. How, like, randomly you'll see, like, pixelation as I'm moving. This game is not put together very well either. That's another problem. Never hurts to have a few of those lying around, right? Ah, the Master Ball. Something I'll probably never use. Well, I will soon enough, but... we'll do the exploration of Sinnoh once I gain access to Waterfall. I guess it was faster to come through the Orberg side, but oh wow. You live and you learn. Huh, is a dash for the surfing now, huh? Yes, I recommend you use the D-pad here. Because, yeah, it's very easy to just go off course. Alright, so this part was inaccessible before because we did not have rock climb. Now it is. And this area is now infested with Team Galactic members. Also, it never hurts to check for some hidden items here and there. Of course, I don't think the Galactic members are going to appear until we get to a certain place. Once we go outside and back inside, you're going to start seeing them. Ooh, good move. Very good move. Unnecessary, but cool. Ah yes, the first rule of every RPG ever. Where are you supposed to go? What area has a bunch of enemies that you haven't fought yet? Alright, so... enough of that nonsense then. There's an area where we could go outside. I assume that's not where we're supposed to go. But... oh yeah, does this lead to that one area that was accessible before? I think this is a TM. No, nope. It's just a bottle of iron. How lame. And a guava berry. Well, I already have those, so... kinda useless. I need to check in with the Pokemon following me every now and then. I guess for obvious reasons, well, my Pokemon can't follow me inside a cave. Because nobody knows how high the ceiling is. Even though this mountain is immense. It's like, use your imagination. Okay, so the way forward is this way. Ha! Okay, this is why I kept the winter gear on, because we are ascending the summit of Mount Coronet. And it's cold, as you would expect. Okay, this way is not accessible yet. Well, the inner workings are not. Can never have too many of those. So this area is actually very misleading too. Turn the game's music down a tad. So, for the longest time, I did not know where I was supposed to go through Mount Coronet, because they aren't very clear about this. But in this 3D-ish remake, it's a little easier to figure out. Do you turn? No. So I can just walk by you. Alright, this one... Nope. I was about to say, I think this guy's mandatory. But he turned. Try not to waste too much time with all the trainers, since they are avoidable. So, here was my hang-up. You see that slope to the left there? That is actually not visible. Very visible in the DS. It is actually very hard to see that. So for the longest time, I kept going in and out of this cave confused. This cave right here. Because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And the way is like completely blocked. So yes, this way is optional. So we're just going to ignore it. Yes? Okay. Anyway. No, I am not. This is legitimately on Switch. Yeah, I'm not. I don't. I don't like doing that. Let's put it that way. If I ever really use an emulator, it's for ROM hacks or other things like that. Okay, mandatory battle. Yes. Yep. Okay, so the final stretch here is going to be mandatory. Yeah, I have this, I have my Switch plugged into a capture card. So that's how I'm doing this. But that's also why it's pixelated every now and then, because my capture card is a little old now. It's like, when you pay over $100 for a capture card, do you really want to go out of your way to buy another one right now? When things are kind of dicey? As it is. Guess I have to drag that over here. There we go. Which, eventually, yes, I will be doing some Pokemon ROM hacks. I already did Pokemon Insurgents, which is a fan game. But there are a few other hacks that I'm wanting to try. Jeez, Chatbox. Is there really nowhere I can put you? Yeah, I'm using a lot of basic things, so that's why I don't really have any plugin for the chat. I need to at some point, but I need to look more into it. So all the optional traders I skipped, so I have to battle all the mandatory ones now. Maybe in a couple paychecks for my day job, I'll buy a new capture card, since this one's hit or miss. Well, they don't update it anymore, that's part of the problem. I mean, that really doesn't matter because Night Slash has a high crit rate anyway. It'll say that, but... I like your generosity. You gave me a lot of money. Alright, here we are. Summit of Mount Coronet, Spear Pillar. In fact, in Legends Arceus, you actually get to see this place form. Like I said, EC Gashardon. If you like the West Sea, you're wrong. The only time I use the West Sea one is when I have no choice, and I need a solid water type. Which... being water ground, this thing's nothing but solid. There's a weird technicality. Technically speaking, it has another quad weakness. It's the move Freeze Dry. Freeze Dry has a special ability where it's super effective on water types, and if your secondary type happens to also be naturally weak to ice, it counts that as well. So Pokemon like Gashardon, Swampert, or Ludicolo, Pelipper and Gyarados as well take quad damage from Freeze Dry. Now all will end, and everything will begin again. With this red chain, I will pry open the portal to another dimension. I command that you unleash your power for me. Palkia, the mythical Pokemon, and the master of space and dimensions. In Platinum, he summons both of them, Dialga and Palkia, in which Giratina interferes in his plot. But anyway, cutscene! This will bring about the destruction of all things. With everything gone, there will be no fighting and no strife. Feel the dimensions distorting. Only I can stop it. Oh no, he activated RGB mode! This is the mythical Pokemon that created Sinnoh. Well, it's only one of them. Palkia, the ancient deity of space and the dimensions. This world cannot be molded into the ultimate world I seek. It's far easier to create an entirely new world than to change this one. A new world in which I am the ruler of all things. I shall become a deity. There's no need to rush. I can understand you want to battle our boss real bad, but you'll have to go through me first. After all, you've made me look bad more times than I care to remember. And I'll be next. You might be tough, but this time the gloves are coming off. Hold on 1 second. Don't you start the party without me. Well, if it isn't the little boy who ran off crying at Lake Acuity. Did you get any tougher since then? We'll beat you 2-on-2. And then we tag battle with Barry. Also, I want to point out something here. Barry has a Munchlax. That may not seem significant, but... So, Barry is a spastic character who has no patience. Munchlax is one of the hardest Pokemon to obtain from honey trees. It has a 1% encounter rate at 1 of 4 random trees in Sinnoh. Meaning you would have to have a ton of patience to find this thing. Well, at least originally. In BDSP, you can just find Munchlax in the underground now. But back then, it was almost impossible. The only true way you could have gotten Munchlax is sending a Snorlax from Gen 3 up to Gen 4, and then breeding it while it is holding a Lax Incense. That is the only way to do it. And the game actually checks for the Lax Incense. Otherwise, your eggs will normally just be Snorlax. It's one of those Pokemon. Making it still a pain to attain, but somewhat easier. Well, until the dual screens go down, I'm just going to stick in. But anyway, my point is, that has to take a ton of patience. Coming from a character who almost has no patience, that is impressive. Ah, so they have light clay, because the reflecting light screen would have worn off by now. Poison gas does nothing to me, because I'm paralyzed. Okay, there go the screens. Gallade, you need to get out of there. Now. And down goes the Perugly, because there's no way it'll survive that. For the record, the Chimchar line always makes me laugh when it comes to where its flames go. First, it begins on its butt, then it goes to its tail, and then it ends up on its head. Oof. Like seeing that. Hit it for weakness. Wahahaha. Ooh, that's tempting, but no, no. I mean, no matter what, this Golbat's dead. Sheesh, I should have done the fighting myself. You've toughened up, but you're no match for the boss. Heh, my Pokemon are tough, right? I can get even tougher. But you know, that's it for us. We've hit the wall. Drew, I'll help you with this. Hey Drew, this is it. It's your show now.